Hey guys, so I saw this question asked by this user called Independent Area 6026. And the question goes, does my secondary domains need to sound similar to my main domain? And he says that he runs a lead gen agency for builders, and the main domain is called builderguard.com. And he's asking, should he create a secondary domain for cold emailing essentially? And he thinks, will it sound too similar? And some ideas he has are getbuilderguard.com, findbuilderguard.com, helpbuilderguard.com, or does it need something within the same space such as builderforce or builderarea.com, or is it just too different? So what is essentially what he's asking for, and kind of what the user is asking for, is when you're sending cold emails, should you get secondary domains to send cold emails from versus your main domain? And the answer is always yes. Your main domain you should probably never be using to send cold emails, only to really respond to the cold emails when you sort of foster the relationship, or if you are sort of targeting people that you know really want your service. But typically, I'll always tell people is to create 5 to 6 other domains that you can send out, especially when you're first starting cold emailing. You don't really know what works, and even as you scale up, your secondary domains or these sort of like hybrid domains are always going to get essentially killed or not shot, but like essentially hurt by Google's spam score, because people are just report it as spam. So one thing that you want to be doing is kind of like what you're saying is you really want to make a name that sounds very similar. And when you're setting this up, you also want to essentially just redirect that sort of secondary domain back to your main domain in case people sort of type it in and then say like, hey, who is Kevin at, try smtpghost.com, right? They'll see like it redirects to smtpghost.com. So, but anyways, let's say you have a domain called BuilderGuard. How would you find secondary domains to make that are very similar? A service that I like to use is called just Lean Domain Search. So in here, you can type in kind of that your main domain essentially, and you'll get every sort of variation that you could use. And this allows you to sort of see there's almost 10,000 available domains containing BuilderGuard that you can sort of use. And typically, I'll say is use.com, but I've seen .org or .net still work. So again, this is just for cold emailing. You don't really need to worry too much. So I would say like .com, .net, .org are still pretty good. You can get away with, .ai if you're into like AI stuff. But Lean Domain Search will give you tons and tons of ideas that you can use. And I'd say just pick something that sounds similar. It doesn't really matter too much per se, because typically people won't really look at it. But what they'll do is either, potentially type in the URL, or even just Google your brand name, and if your brand name comes up, they'll know it's you. So hope that's helpful. Any other questions, just leave a comment below, or anything else. Thanks.